Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are cooking egusi. So I am using goat's meat and beef, right? So I'm gonna mix. Those are like my two primary protein that I'm using for this. So I'm definitely gonna season it before it starts to boil, and then I put pepper and Ponmo as well, right? So you bring it to a boil. When your meat is done, then you can now put your Meluza smoked fish if you have, or any dried fish that you want to use, but you definitely have to remove it before the meat is done. So something about egusi, guys, is that you definitely have to make sure that your seasoning is not too much, because it's something that really like catches seasoning quickly. Before you know it, your food will be salty. Okay, so I'm blending my egusi. This is like raw egusi, right? So I'm gonna blend it to become like this powder before I now cook it. So I'm definitely gonna blend it also with crayfish for that extra flavor, so I'm gonna blend it together like this, and then after, when I'm done, I'll mix it up, and then I'll put my onions inside. This is like totally optional. You can actually mix up your egusi and then you start frying your onions before you go in with your egusi, right? So after all is said and done, I am now bleaching my red oil, and I'll start frying my egusi paste, right? So this paste is just strictly the egusi with water and some onions, right? So if you are not using it, if you're not cooking it like this, you can just start with onions and then you can put your paste. It's still the same thing, same outcome, right? Because especially a lot of people don't like seeing onions on their soup, especially if it's soup. So they just prefer minimal onions, or some people blend them or whatever. So just always go with what you're most comfortable with and what you're really familiar with. Because I've just discovered one thing about cooking: if you try and still, or maybe if you try and imitate other people, it might not come out the same or as you want it to be, right? So now I'm just frying my egusi. I'll just make sure that it's a bit dry before I put in my water. So you don't have to really make sure that it's not really over fried, so it doesn't have to be like completely dry, if you know what I mean. So I've already added my water, so I just really added the water inside the rubber that I used to mix my egusi, so that I just take the remaining of egusi. So now I'm going in with my crayfish, dried crayfish and stockfish, and seasoning, beef seasoning, and some salt. So really, egusi does not really need spices and everything because this is soup. So most times I just really use my salt and my beef seasoning, and that's just about it. So you're gonna mix this together and let it boil before you go in with your protein. So after it boils for some time, then you can go back and put your protein. So my protein, like I said, is goat's meat, beef, Ponmo, and fish, right? So this is what it looks like now. I'm gonna leave it to cook until it's done, and when it's done, I'm now gonna put in my vegetable, that is pumpkin leaf, or you can put any vegetable of your choice that you have available. Some people put bitter leaf, some people put oziza leaf. So this isn't just about it, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like my content and if you think I did a great job. All right, I thank you so much. Make sure you watch through to the end, and see you on my next video. Love, Kimmy.